Hi guys, my name is Chris and you're watching Wrestling Today, so let's start with the lead up to the highly anticipated champion vs. champion match between Becky Lynch and Ronda Rousey at the 2018 Survivor Series pay-per-view. The brand warfare between Raw and SmackDown was truly at the highest level. Becky Lynch led the charge as SmackDown invaded Raw before Survivor Series. Lynch was fighting numerous Raw superstars in the ring, which included Jax. Unfortunately for her, Jax ended up legitimately punching Becky Lynch, breaking her nose and concussing her badly. This would lead to Lynch getting pulled from her match with Ronda Rousey, angering fans in the process. Jax took to Twitter and commented on a post celebrating the 5-year anniversary of Becky Lynch's charge on Raw, which featured her bloodied face. Jax made it clear that she can't wait to break Lynch's face again. Jax said, "Oh, believe me, the pleasure was all mine. And I can't wait to do it again." Jax squared off against Rhea Ripley, Raquel Rodriguez, Zoe Stark and Shayna for the WWE Women's Championship at Crown Jewel on November 4th, but was unable to win the match. We'll have to wait and see what's next in store for Jax. What do you think of what Jax said? Do you want her to square off against Becky Lynch in the future? The next story is about Britt Baker recently appeared as a guest on the Maggie and Perloff program for an in-depth interview covering all things pro wrestling. During the discussion, the former AEW Women's Champion spoke about CM Punk returning to AEW after so many years away and how she thinks he still could turn back up in the wrestling business at some point in the future. On CM Punk returning to AEW after so many years away from wrestling, she said CM Punk coming back to wrestling was one of the most historical things in all elite wrestling history and always will be. You can't take that out of the wrestling books. I'm really thankful we got to work with CM Punk. I learned some stuff from him. He was always really helpful and willing to work with younger talent. It didn't work out, it wasn't a fit, but it's always going to be part of the AEW story. It's just the chapter is closed now. Everyone wishes him well, we hope and think he wishes AEW well too. It just didn't work out. At the end of the day, how cool was it that CM Punk was in wrestling again for AEW and got to wrestle in Chicago again? On how she thinks he will still return to the business again. Britt Baker, I don't know where he's at mentally. I think wrestlers always have that itch. Once it's in your blood, it's in there, and no matter how much you want to stay away, it's hard to stay away. He came back after 7 years. I think if the time, place, and company is right, I think he would. The final story is about, as we reported earlier today here on EWN, there are plans for the 4-on-4 Men's War Games match at WWE Survivor Series 2023 to become a 5-on-5 match. In recent weeks, there has been a lot of talk about turning Drew McIntyre heel and having him join the Judgment Day to face off against Seth Rollins, Jay, Sami Zayn, Cody Rhodes, and a mystery partner. According to a report from Fightful Select, the babyface side is expected to see the return of Randy Orton, who has been out of action since last year. The current plan is to announce the news before the actual event in order to get any attention away from a possible CM Punk return at the show, which takes place in Punk's hometown of Chicago. While plans can always change, that hasn't been the case lately with Vince McMahon nowhere to be found. Thanks guys for watching and please subscribe.